Both of my parents are alcoholic. The first time I used drugs, I was 15 years old. When I was 18, I ran away to Vegas and I met a man. He wanted me to participate in the commercial sex industry. I fell in love with the lies that were told to me, that it was just going to be fun and it was going to be magic and we were going to make a lot of money. I remember the first time I turned a trick. I felt nervous, I felt scared, and I also felt relieved because after I was able to make the money, I was able to go back home. I used drugs to escape and not be present. I used them as a way to get away from what I was actually participating in. So I met my husband and I had my first baby at 22. After Casey was born, I was in and out of the lifestyle. I was still using and actively using drugs, and my family at this time was still continuing to grow. I had Loyalty in 2014, and I had Miracle in 2016. The addiction had a massive hold on my life. As long as I was participating in the sex trade, I was able to afford my drugs. I was able to afford the alcohol, and the more I drank and the more drugs I used, the more money I was able to make. I always would justify being in the life as a means to take care of my family and be comfortable. So my husband had gone to prison, and I had called Step 2 and asked Step 2 for help. I ended up giving up custody to my kids to the state and entering Step 2's inpatient rehab program. My kids went to Kids Cottage for about a month and a half while I finished the inpatient program at Step 2. While we lived at the family homeless shelter downtown, I had gone and visited Awaken during their drop-in hours. They helped me realize that I was being exploited and exploiting others and that there was a way out. I remember the moment that I needed to give it all to Jesus. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know who to turn to. The ones that I had thought were my family had all abandoned me and neglected me, and I am so glad that I had finally made the choice to say, okay, here God, here I am, take my life. Show me your plan, give me a plan. I remember the first time I came to Grace, and the music was beautiful. My kids really felt welcomed and at home in the children's center, and I knew then that we were at home. I had my children dedicated, and that was a really heartwarming and moving moment in our lives. When we got home, Casey had started reading her Bible along with me, and the kids carried their little pocket Bibles with them to school. And it was just a beautiful thing, and I feel like Jesus is leading us on the right path. Not only did he take the life that I had at one time away, but he's also devising plans to bring me closer to him, which is the most beautiful thing. I now have a peace and a serenity, and I feel forgiven, and I feel like there is plans for me and that there's hope for my future, and that my girls now have a hope for their future, and it's not dark and ugly, it's full of light. I wake up with Jesus every morning. Jesus is helping me raise my kiddos. Jesus is giving me the peace and the guidance that I need in order to be the mom they deserve. And he's shown me how to keep the privilege of being their mom and to be a new me. And I get to wake up and live life. I don't have to wake up and do it all over again. I get to wake up and live life today. And that's all because of Jesus.